This is the Troll Patrol. Live. With Justin. FREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol. Live. It's a freaking Tuesday. It's a bit of a somber show. Unfortunately, we're going to have to be talking about the great American pastime tonight. Mass shootings. Now, one of the things... This show is almost a year old, and we're going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing on the 1-year anniversary of the Troll Patrol coming up on 4/20. We're going to be taking the air at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on 4/20 for our big 4/20 Troll Patrol anniversary celebration. I'm going all the fuck out. We're going to celebrate 4/20 all across the country like it was New Year's. We're going to do 4/20 on the East Coast. We're going to do 4/20 in Central Time. 4/20 for the mountain people. And then we're going to do 4/20 for those of you on the Pacific Time. Oh, we're going to be high as fuck and we're going to go all night long. The Troll Patrol 1-year anniversary spectacular coming up on 4/20. But we're going to have more about that in the coming weeks. In the almost 1 year I've been doing this show, fortunately for me, I haven't had to talk about mass shootings. Because this show has been going on exclusively during a fucking pandemic. So I haven't had to cover mass shootings all that much. We still get a touch of it every now and then. But apparently now that spring has sprung, and the pandemic is in its waning hours, America is getting back to normal. And we're going to have to talk about fucking mass shootings again tonight. And we have some insane video. A man went in and live streamed the events. I believe it's directly after. A lot of the news reports characterize it as streaming the shooting. I believe it happened directly after. It's still on YouTube. YouTube says it serves news purposes. We're going to watch the video here in just a little bit. Wild video. Plus, I'm going to try to have some fun shit to end the show with after we do so much heavy stuff. We got to start off with the... We're going to talk about race here in just a second. Of course, when it came out that he was captured alive, everyone speculated that he was a white man. Even when you saw the pictures of him being taken away, looked like a white man. His name has now been released. The xenophobes all over the comment sections are running with this because his name is Ahmed Alissa. Apparently he was Islamic. We're going to get into his psyche here in just a little bit. This is from The Sun. So this was taking place like as I was on stream last night. Or news was just breaking of it as we were on stream.
Someone there in custody. In custody, we'll see. We'll keep this. We'll check it on air, as Sandra said.
You can see his leg is bloody. Apparently they shot him in the leg.
With that automatic weapon pulled.
It looks like we have an active shooter. 204, party down in front of the store. Does not.
This happened in Boulder, Colorado.
Possibly 2 parties down. We have multiple calls coming from inside of people that have barricaded themselves inside. I just had another party that's upstairs, second floor, hearing shots. 204 and 295 are making entry. Unit full traffic.
One of those who we remember is Boulder Police Officer Eric Talley, who was gunned down as he valiantly protected those who were in mortal danger. Officer Talley, a truly heroic public servant, joins the ranks of 6 other Boulder police officers who have laid down their lives for the people of our city. We can never thank Officer Talley or his family enough for their sacrifice, but we will not forget it.
This was the procession last night.
We were at the checkout, and shots just started going off, and I heard the first one shocked me, and the second one I knew for sure.
So yeah, this was a grocery store with a pharmacy that was doing COVID vaccinations.
And we just started listening, and there's just repetitive shots, and then there was a brief pause, and I just said, "Nicholas, run," and he said, "No, don't move." I said, "Run right now. We have 3 seconds," and he started running, and then he shot towards us like we could feel it, and we just kept going.
Wow. So we're gonna get into his psyche and more about him here in just a second. Ahmed Aliwi Alyssa. I fucked that up, I'm sure. 21 years old.
Sad news to report this afternoon.
He has been charged after rampaging through a grocery store with an AR-15 style rifle. 10 people, including 1 police officer, dead. This is a picture of him from the social media. According to the New York Times, Ahmed previously had 2 run-ins with the Boulder cops in 2018, one on a report of third-degree assault, a misdemeanor, and one of criminal mischief. It is not clear if he was convicted of a crime. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Colorado to know if it was a MAGA chain. Boulder is a pretty progressive city. But he was upset with Islamophobes. We're going to get into some of the shit that he posted on his Facebook here in just a little bit. Law enforcement officials also told the outlet that Ahmed was known by the FBI because he was linked to another individual under investigation by the Bureau. According to a police affidavit from last night obtained by the New York Post, Alyssa asked to speak to his mom before as he surrendered. It was worded weird. The suspect's 34-year-old brother told the Daily Beast that Ahmed was very antisocial. During high school, the suspected shooter would describe being chased and feared that someone was behind him and looking for him, his brother revealed. That sounds like a paranoid schizophrenic. When he was having lunch with my sister in a restaurant, he said, people were in the parking lot. They were looking for me. She went out and there was no one. We didn't know what was going on in his head. Alyssa told the outlet, reportedly admitting that he believes his brother is mentally ill. I mean, that's what it sounds like the symptoms of. But I also don't want to you don't want to scapegoat mental illness in a situation like this. The alleged shooter bought an assault rifle 6 days before opening fire inside a crowded Colorado supermarket. Around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, police were called to King's Supers grocery store in Boulder with reports of an active shooter. Officer Talley, 51, was one of the first to arrive on the scene and was shot dead as he raced inside to tackle the gunman. Witnesses described the gunman shooting victims one by one with a rifle in the graphic massacre. Video showed police escorting a man, the alleged gunman, in handcuffs away from the scene, dressed in nothing but shorts and covered in blood. Initial reports said that at least 6 were killed in the shooting, but the death toll was later revealed to be 10. Police later named Alyssa as the alleged gunman. He's since been charged with murder. The suspect's brother told The Beast that the alleged gunman's house was searched by authorities following the shooting. According to a Facebook page that appeared to be Ahmed's, he was born in Syria in 1999 before he came to the USA in 2002. What's up, Warlord? How are you this evening? I'm doing well myself, other than having to talk about the great American pastime, mass shootings. You came just in time because we were getting ready to watch insane video. Content warning. YouTube has put a content warning on it. ZFG Videography live streamed the mass shooting. We're getting ready to watch a chunk of that right now. I understand and I wish to proceed.
Hey guys, I don't know what's going on.
Apparently, a lot of people are upset that this video is still up on YouTube. YouTube has left it up and said that it is newsworthy. That's why they have left it up. Content warning for everybody that's watching right now. Apparently, we do see the aftermath of the shooting.
I'm at King Supers in South Boulder. I heard gunshots. They were very close. Someone's down right here. Something just happened here, guys. Someone's down.
So that's not really cool. In we go. So this is like just as it's happening.
We've got cops responding everywhere. They've got the whole parking lot surrounded. This guy was shooting. It sounded like a shotgun. It was big. This is no joke.
This guy is saying like a shotgun.
Cops are shooting probably.
So yeah, it's still going on as he's filming.
Guys, this is Boulder, Colorado. South Boulder, Table Mesa, King Supers. Active shooter inside. We got people down. I am.
Yeah, I'm glad that this dude took cover. Shit. Fuck! Fuck, he's got a cop with an assault rifle right next to him. God damn! Fucking wow! So anyone just joining us, this is a live stream of the mass shooting that happened yesterday afternoon in Boulder.
I'm a journalist.
I don't give a shit. Get the hell out of here.
Don't
She seriously tell him to get the hell out of here.
Problem. I'm not your problem.
Justin, hurry up over here.
I'm amazed somebody hasn't grabbed him and slammed him to the ground.
Justin.
He was just inside. It is still going on, guys. They have not apprehended the shooter in this video at this moment. It's still an active scene. Police haven't taken him down yet. So I'm not sure if we actually saw Officer Tally. That was the first cop on the scene. I'm not sure if we saw him go in, if that was the cop that we saw go. I did skip a little bit. Because he put his phone like right near a dead body.
Guys, we got an active shooter situation here. South Boulder, Table Mesa. The shooter's by the front door, very close. He was just shooting at the cops a second ago. Sorry, I'm gonna keep my cover just for a minute here. They want to go in, dude.
So apparently one of them has already gone in.
Right
Tally has gone in and been shot at this
I come around
time.
the corner, and there's people laying on the ground. This is no joke, guys. You guys hear that?
what's going through this person's mind as they're just driving off.
I hear the active shooter. Tell you guys, I'm not leaving until we get this whole freaking story here.
This is a 3-hour video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. But this is a live stream of the mass shooting yesterday afternoon. The gunman is yet to be apprehended at this point in time in the video. The cops are apprehending him at this moment. Seems like they're trying to communicate
Guys,
with
this
him
is a
right
major
now.
situation here. We're at the King Soopers on Table Mesa in South Boulder, Colorado. We have an active shooter inside. They're yelling at me to get back. I'm pretty far back already, but not out of gunshot range. So
it's amazing you didn't take one in the head because you were inside the fucking grocery store.
I'm able to get this for you guys.
Just minutes ago.
Forgive my shakiness.
The video we are watching, the guy was in the store before the cops were. He was on the scene before the cops were on the scene. I believe we saw Officer Talley, the cop that died. He was the first one to respond. He rushed in, tried to tackle the gunman, and the gunman shot him.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Sorry if I'm not calling out people by name. Michelle, I just saw you there. Thanks. Colorado Donkey Watch is here.
And this motherfucker is like looking at the comments and the people watching him on his Facebook Live. 2021 is wild.
Hey, Donkey, if you don't mind, call Nick. Denny was inside.
Someone in the comment section.
He just tried to call me a second ago.
Said that his
and I
friend was
couldn't answer.
inside and tried to call him.
If you guys hear me, can you just give me a thumbs up and let me know that you're please calling Nick?
So his buddy was inside. He didn't answer his call because he was live streaming, which thank you for that. I'm glad you gave me content, but that's kind of the dick move on your part.
There's the SWAT vehicle. The Pterodyne just showed up. Hey everybody, thanks for coming over from Eric Brandt. Eric's the beast. Much love. Dude, it sounded like he was right by the front door when they started. He was fired at the cops coming in.
Well, he did indeed kill one cop.
Out. Move away from the building.
I'm a journalist.
I'm amazed a cop has not grabbed him. But I mean, clearly they've got an active shooter on their hands.
Well, at least I'll know when he's coming out that front door, huh?
I would say it's possible that the
They
video
got the
that we've
whole
all
parking lot
seen of
closed
the
down.
shooter
Ain't
being
anybody
let out
walking
was
in or
taken
out of
by
this parking
guy.
lot without them knowing about it.
This motherfucker's probably going to license the video too. I'm going
Guys,
to
stay here and try to document this as
down.
long as I can. And there's no way they're kicking me out of here without dragging me out. This is the biggest story I've seen ever. No way.
And that's exactly what's going through this dude's
Guys,
mind. He's like, I'm going to
Donkey
license
and
this
Kim,
footage.
guys call Nick and let him know that Denny's possibly inside.
Because he is a videographer. It's a videography channel. So he's like, I'm going to get some of those CNN dollars. Cops aren't acting all badass right now, are they? We watch so many videos of just cops slinging their dicks around.
Okay, thanks, Kim. He already knows his wife is inside. He may not know that there's a shooting situation happening, so please let him know.
Holy shit.
He's not going to be able to get in here. They got this place locked down tight. They got the guy with the shield up here. Guys, it took me freaking 30 seconds to get my live stream going from when I heard the first shots.
So there you go, about 30 seconds.
Going. He was already inside. I came around the corner and there was bodies. I saw one person laying down. Literally, her car was like mashed into the railing on the other side there, so she had clearly freaking crashed or something.
Oh,
dude,
damn.
These people were lifeless, laying on the ground. This is murder-suicide happening here is my guess, guys.
Well, there was no suicide involved. How did he get in his underpants? That's the question.
I don't know.
At least that's my question.
3600.
But I'm warped. There are way more important. The political commentator in me wants to say there are way more important questions dealing with this shooting. But the comedian in me wants to know how the fuck he got in his underpants. Was he in there shooting in his underpants? Did the cops strip him down to his underpants? And I can't imagine that these cops aren't loving this. They enjoy breaking out the big toys. It gets their dicks hard. I take that back. No, it gets their dicks hard when they're just like training with this shit.
I understand. I'll keep my cover.
So we're about 15 minutes into this video. So the shooting, 16 minutes into the shooting.
There's at least a brick wall here.
No, he's getting us a really good shot.
All right, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna get a view of everything here.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a brick wall here. Brick. I don't know if it'll let me focus from that far away, guys. I'll get back in a second.
Now, I'm sure we're going to spend the rest of the week talking about Republicans fighting legislation. In the past 2 weeks, there have now been more people killed in mass shootings than instances of voter fraud found in the 2020 election. Republicans all over the country have introduced over 100 bills.
He barricaded the door.
Dealing with voter fraud. Whoa, we barricaded the door?
Yes, I am positive there were bodies on the ground.
If he barricaded the door, why aren't they just driving one of those fucking tanks right through the
bottom of the
front?
ramp. There was one in the middle of the street laying next to his car by the stop sign, and he was continuing to shoot inside. I didn't go any further than that. You guys can rewind to the beginning of my video. You get to see one body. That was the first one on the inside on the ground.
We saw it. So here we go. Looks like they're getting ready to lead the
They've got
charge.
a long arm out on the front of that Pterodyne, and they're ramming the window on the far side there, it looks like.
So they are ramming it.
They broke it open.
D, take my advice.
Maybe. You can hear the glass breaking. They're ripping the whole wall open.
Oh, wow.
We got more coming in here, guys.
At least the one dude had his mask around his chin.
Sheriff's all here. I'm sure stadies are all coming. It's everything, dude. It's everybody.
I'm amazed they haven't locked the perimeter down and got you the fuck out of there yet, sir. We're about 18 minutes into this now. I honestly am amazed that the cops have not locked that place down. I mean, it's the tactical teams that are going to be actually infiltrating the building.
They're ripping the whole wall open.
There's hundreds of deputies standing around, I'm sure.
Sorry, there's people behind me too. I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye on stuff. There's an active shooter.
This is amazing.
Get covered. Inside the building.
In the building they're ramming.
You might want to go somewhere.
I'm on my way to work.
The one with the SWAT team is surrounding. That's where he's at.
Oh yeah. They'll understand if you're late.
Yeah?
I'd stay right here. Or go down there, it's maybe more safe. If I were you, I would go around that way. Yeah. If you go around the building, you'll be okay. Sorry guys, I was a little distracted there. People think they're still going to work right now. He's telling them, jump in the turret. Both you guys, jump in the turret.
Jump in the turret. Holy shit.
Longmont police.
They're telling them to jump in the turret.
Westminster,
Yet
I'm
they
sorry,
still took the
Westminster police
motherfucker
guys.
alive.
There's just like 6 or 7 Westminster policies that just rolled
How
through.
is it they're ramming the building. Cops manning turrets. Maybe he had some kind of tactical gear on and he ripped it off and that's like he was surrendering.
Guys, just if you're joining me, thank you for coming. This is EFG Videography. There was an active shooter, still inside King Soopers on Table Mesa in Boulder, Colorado. I was here shopping and I heard the first shots go off, maybe 3 shots before I got the live stream going. And within 30 seconds, I came around the corner and I saw bodies on the ground. They were motionless. Some were outside by their vehicles. One was right inside the front door. One guy was just standing around like dumbfounded. I said, "Where is he at?" He's like, "He's inside."
One guy was standing around dumbfounding. I was filming him.
Cover, ran around the building. And when I got back to the front, police were just arriving.
So we're
They are
about 20
now
minutes
ramming
into
the
this
front
guy's
of the
live
building,
stream, so about 21, 22
smashing
minutes
the glass, smashing the wall.
into the actual shooting. Oh, I'm sorry, 23 minutes into his stream. So we're about 24 minutes into the actual shooting. They have still yet to apprehend the shooter.
My family's in there. We're trying to get everybody out. Go back there.
They are currently ramming the front of the store. This was yesterday afternoon in Boulder, Colorado.
Loaded up here.
The first cop on the scene was gunned down. I believe we saw him rush in this guy's live stream.
I'm all
All
right.
the rest of the cops fall back. They wait just a few minutes later until the SWAT team arrives. Or the tactical team or whatever they're called.
Got the guy up on the turret up top.
They're trying to break through the window in the front.
They're ramming the side of the building.
Because it would seem the gunman barricaded himself inside the store.
Guys, I'm gonna take it out to the street. I'm gonna take it out to the street and see if I can see anything out there. Actually, time, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you should probably stay put where you're at. Once again, I'm amazed the cops haven't grabbed him and put him on the ground.
I will if I need to.
Because we've seen 20 fucking cop cars go
I
by
don't care that they're making any entry yet.
as he's been filming. I'm sure there's hundreds of deputies standing around that parking lot. State troopers. 16 Tones. Good evening. Glad to have you here. Sorry it's under these circumstances. We're about 26 minutes into a live stream of the shooting from Boulder, Colorado yesterday afternoon. Police have still yet to apprehend the suspect. Ahmed Alyssa. I believe I'm saying that correctly.
There's a shooter. Hey guys, I got bad view here now. I'm gonna have to do something. Thanks for sticking with me here.
Thank you for filming for us.
Behind this wall here.
Putting
again.
your life in danger. I do highly recommend going back and watching the beginning of this video. This motherfucker walked right in the grocery store as this shooting was happening.
They're still coming. There's lots of guys coming still.
I don't know
So
if he's
they are
ballsy
giving
or
some kind of
stupid, but
commands in there.
thank
I
you,
can't hear
sir.
what they're saying.
He heard the gunshots and he ran into the store. Probably Ahmad Alyssa. AHMAD.
Another-
Ahmad.
SWAT vehicle. That's not a Boulder one. That one came from somewhere else.
We're 25 minutes in. There could very well be feds on the scene.
He's gonna block my view too of the other pterodon. Okay, well maybe this is gonna force my move.
I wonder if they've breached the wall with the other one. I wish we could see. I'd originally wanted him to stay in place, but man, like, maybe you should go to the other side so we can see what's going on.
The entire building is surrounded. I need you to surrender now. This is the Boulder Police Department.
So goddamn, they're using the bullhorn to speak to the suspect.
Suspect in the building. This is the Boulder Police Department. The entire building is surrounded. I need you to surrender now.
They have multiple cops manning turrets. There's at least 3 armored vehicles on the scene.
Guys, thanks for joining me. This is a live situation we got here. The shooter is still active as far as we know.
Clearly this guy has done some sort of broadcasting, radio, local television or something.
Another firefighter coming out to tell people to get the hell out of here. I'm sticking with guys. Helicopters coming out.
Telling people like you to get the hell out of there.
The entire building is surrounded.
Still think it was kind of a dick move that he had a friend inside the grocery store that called, and he declined the call because he was doing this live stream. Still amazed the cops haven't grabbed him. The video starts with him right in the front of the fucking store.
Hey, buddy, let's go.
I'm a journalist. I'm not going anywhere, dude.
Man, take care of yourself, man. We're not gonna come
Ah! So take care of yourself then.
Sorry, guys.
Wow.
Channel 7's asking me
The entire building is
put this on.
surrounded. You need to surrender. Come out with your hands up, unarmed. This is the Boulder Police Department.
My apologies if you tuned in for a news rundown today, because like I dig shit like this. I've got like a morbid curiosity. I watch a shit ton of cop videos.
Armed up and coming in. Could be any number. I'll bet you Longmont, Erie, Westminster, Broomfield. I'll bet you they got everybody here. Another heli coming up and over. Sorry, I'm kind of cramped up here trying to.
We're about 30 minutes, 32 minutes in.
Shooter inside. It sounded like a shotgun, definitely some sort of a heavy caliber, very loud. I was just outside the building in my car when
the news report said an AR-15 style rifle.
I came around the corner and I saw one body on the ground outside, two I should say, one in the street, one right outside the building and one right inside the building. And there were still gunshots going off inside, so I took it back.
There's a lot of discussion about whether this kind of shit is good for you.
I've heard several shots since then.
Whether you're a dick to share these videos.
What is it?
There was a lot of talk about this very video still being on YouTube.
So, yeah, tell me you want to keep watching. I gotta stay here. If I go anywhere, they're gonna drag me away. So, if you know anything about anything,
I'm amazed they haven't dragged you away anyway, son. I thought for sure that last one that said something to you was going to grab you. Once again, they have still not apprehended the suspect. Ahmed Alyssa, 21 years old. Apparently an Islamic extremist who was obsessed with mass murders.
oh, the southeast is on the other side.
His brother gave a quote that made it sound like he was a paranoid schizophrenic.
It would be just to this direction, I guess, just on this side of the building.
That could be, you know, the brother making excuses. I don't want to discount mental illness, but I also don't want to stigmatize mental illness.
They tried to enter at the beginning, and if you see, he fired on them. I don't know if one of the cops took a hit.
I hate the way every mass shooter is always...
They definitely backtracked, and they haven't gone in.
Starts a conversation about mental illness.
This is the Boulder Police Department. We have the building surrounded.
I'm staying back. I'm behind a little stone wall. It's actually a playground in front of me. It's filled with dirt too, so I'm gonna do my best to stay out of their way.
I mean, like at this point in time, it's not about you being in danger from a shooter. Maybe like stray bullets from the cops, because they're gonna fire carelessly. Now, I am assuming that he got into his underwear because at this point in time, he's like, yeah, I'm not getting out of here. Apparently, he didn't want a suicide by cop, and he stripped the fuck down. He was shot in the leg or the thigh, something, at some point in time.
They stopped smashing the front door. But they still are not entering yet.
You know, I'm not really familiar with that case. I need to go back and look at that. That was Ted Kaczynski or whatever, right? The Unabomber? Wonder if that's his buddy from inside calling him again. Like, hey, dude, can you help me out here? I'm actually amazed it's taking this long.
Okay, guys. Oh, shit.
We are 37 minutes into the incident.
Out this direction.
37 minutes into this video. We're about 38, 39 minutes into the actual incident. He says he started the live stream about 30 seconds after he heard the first shot.
Yes, there's a lot of people hurt in there. Yep. Guys, we're gonna go see this whole thing is ripped open.
That's what I want to see, yes.
The whole front of King Soopers is ripped open. I'm gonna hide behind the tree here just so I can get some cover.
Picked a small ass tree. Holy fuck.
It sounds like gunshots.
There was indeed some pop there.
I keep hearing pop, pop, pop.
Cops still yet to make a move. They're just clumped together right there next to the front door.
I'm still hearing gunshots.
But I mean, at this point, like if it's a hostage situation, I could understand needing to stay back. That is wild. They buzzed in the whole front of the place. But they breached it. I don't.
Guys, there's shots going off still.
It doesn't seem like they went in though. We're about 5 or 6 minutes since they tried to communicate with him.
Could be standing out here if there's something going on inside. They got a couple drones overhead now.
Fly a fucking drone in there.
It's pretty cold out here, guys. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't.
Tomorrow night on the show, I'm sure we're going to be playing segments from Fox News, trying to deflect the blame.
They've got the damn
trying to fearmonger.
A couple blocks in every direction blocked off.
How they're gonna come and get your guns. I'm sure there's conspiracy theorists calling this a false flag.
I mean, take that drone inside. Are you cops listening to me? Fly the stupid drone in there and see what's going on. You can buy another drone.
Yeah, like they haven't thought about
the
that.
lives of the people that are in there to find out what's going on. At the very worst, the guy's gonna shoot the drone and you're gonna be able to fix a few parts. Fly it right in the window. You got broken windows right there. If your drone operators are at all capable.
Yeah, I don't understand what the point was of breaching the
Have them
front.
fly that shit right inside.
If they weren't going to go in and get him. It seems like a whole lot of property damage. If you're not actually going to use it for a tactical reason.
Guys, I didn't even see this here. Look at this.
Maybe? I'm sure they've got a sniper somewhere.
Arvada. paramedics. I'm hearing shots, but they sound distant. They sound like they could be coming from either the back of the store, storage room, other side of the
44
store,
minutes into this.
but not up on this end of the store, not close to us.
About 45 minutes into the situation. This would put it about 3:15 local time in Boulder.
To protect us all. At least we'll probably have caught whatever happened first. You guys hear that? Can you guys hear the pop pop?
Yes. I don't know, that sounds like it could be more like a hammering or something. Are they trying to breach a door in the back, maybe?
Are they?
Yeah.
I bet, man. I got
Everyone in the country is watching this.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really you got people watching.
I was here from the very beginning, man. I heard the first shots go off.
He ain't lying. It was the very fucking beginning.
People on the ground. Stuff.
I introduced this video as what I thought was the aftermath. No. It was a very fucking beginning.
And at least another 6 or 7 more. Sound like a shotgun or something, large caliber.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they're trying to like ram through the building right here or what they're doing, but you got now SWAT's going up on top of the roof right over here.
Oh, look at that, guys. We've got a fire truck's lifting the SWAT guys up onto the roof.
Oh shit. If you just joined us, we're about 45 minutes into this live stream of the mass shooting yesterday, Boulder, Colorado.
They were ramming the front, but that didn't seem to accomplish anything.
The cops have still yet to apprehend the suspect at this point in time in the video. I think we saw the cop that died go right by this guy's camera, get shot. You see the rest of the cops kind of drop back after that. Because this guy was right in the fucking, what do you call it, the vestibule of the store? Right when this shit was starting to pop off. He says it was about 30 seconds after the first gunshot he was able to get his live stream up and running. There are at least 3 tactical vehicles, armored vehicles on the scene. One of them destroyed the entire front of the store. About 10 minutes ago, they were trying to communicate with the suspect on the loudspeakers, telling him that they had the place surrounded. Still amazing to watch this unfold, knowing that he left here alive. He's barricaded inside of this grocery store.
On this tree over here, you got a nice little direct line of sight.
Multiple tactical teams.
Nice, thanks.
He killed 10
Looks like
people.
they're getting ready to make entry here, possibly, guys. Not that I'm giving away their position. What if the guy's watching YouTube?
I don't think he's watching YouTube. Maybe, possibly. He fucking barricaded himself in, then sat down with his fucking phone, Googled himself. It's not out of the question. It's 2021. Who the fuck knows? Just a few years ago, I watched a motherfucker live stream himself go in and shoot up a mosque, so...
Sorry guys, it's a little blurry. I'm gonna try to fix it.
That's what I saw a meme, yeah, like talking about like the early days of the internet. And it was like, oh, I learned HTML and blah 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 blah. Saw a beheading video. I'm like, a beheading video? Jesus, I saw lots of them. When some not Germans drink beer, well, one, beer isn't German. I don't even think we can trace beer back to where it actually originated. It is the sign of civilization, sir. When you get people gathering in a society, you get fermented drinks. Also, while we're on the subject of ancient history, are you aware that if you wanted a dildo in antiquity, you would go to the sandal maker? The sandal maker would make a dildo for you.
Look like they're all starting to file in that front.
I had the coolest history teacher in
Can't
college.
see because of the reflection in the glass, but I can see that there's guys inside that room now, and they're starting to go in through the doors there.
Finally. I mean, we've been watching this for fucking 50 minutes now.
They got dogs.
And they haven't really made a move. Yeah, so I don't know how it can be cultural appropriation of Germans when beer is as old as society itself. As far as I know, like any time, like that's like the first hallmark of a civilization that they started making beer, because like water is always back in the day was contaminated, so fermented drinks were better for you to drink. They also contain nutrients that water didn't. And that's also wild, knowing that antiquity was just like one big drunken party. I love modernity, and I love the fact that, you know, I'm sitting here behind all these screens with all this technology, and I've got this PS5 over here. But like, drunken, drugged up orgies in antiquity sound kind of fucking fun.
He's up on top of the SWAT vehicle.
But I like almost certainly, if I was born thousands of years ago, I would have died of syphilis.
They're using the broken windows. He's using it to view through to see if he can see anything.
That is some twisted logic you went to there, Dr. Monk, to try to make a fucking stupid ass point. Hey, I'm assuming you are a right winger to say something that fucking stupid. Because right-wingers are morons.
Alright guys, I got more coming in here.
There you go, appropriation of Homo sapiens. Sapiens culture. Screaming cheese! How nice of you to join us. We're about 53 minutes into... There is no such thing as leftist logic. Logic is a formal and informal set of rules. Violations of those rules are called fallacies. I was drilled on those in college, so you don't want to get into logic with me, pal. I've been arguing with this guy. I've missed what was going on. Did they go in through the hole in the front? Is this the other tactical vehicle that was off to the side? That is indeed a dude screaming at cheese. Now, I can't believe Dr. Monk came in here onto my stream and thought that was a good point that he was making. You're fucking with me, right, Dr. Monk? Like you weren't serious about that. You didn't honestly think that was a good point. Because I keep making the argument that right-wingers can't feel shame. They can't feel embarrassment. I wish they could. It would save us all a lot of headache. If you would feel embarrassed about coming in here and making a comment like that and thinking it was smart. About an hour into this now. Okay, 55 minutes. I was rounding up. They still have not apprehended the suspect. A little less than an hour after he opened fire. They have the entire grocery store surrounded. This would be about 3:20 time, local time to Colorado yesterday.
Can't believe.
Chat, will you inform Dr. Monk of what the rules are around here? I was just going to watch until he was apprehended. I didn't realize it was going to take this long to apprehend him. I actually have more about all of this to talk about, and I actually have other stories that are very interesting, especially for you, Curiouser. Right. There is a revolt against Dr. Oz on Jeopardy! Claudia Conway has been eliminated from American Idol. Ted Nugent made a stupid-ass video talking about how he's not racist. I got all kinds of shit to talk about. We might not get to it, though. Really? You want to skip this? You don't want to see him get apprehended? If you guys want me to, we'll go on. We'll move on to the rest of the show. I've got plenty of shit planned. I'm fascinated. Morbid curiosity. Well, I don't blame them for revolting over Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is a fucking idiot. And yes, Dr. Monk, who is also a pseudo-scientific doctor, I'm sure. The rule is call in or shut the fuck up.
You guys hear that?
There are people with power on YouTube. I've modded people on YouTube.
Please for watching me. Y'all should send your drones inside.
We don't get a lot of people commenting on YouTube, despite the fact that it gets comparable
if it's a
views.
$2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 drone. It's worth it. Send it in.
Last night at the end of the show, we had about 10 people watching. It said 3 on Twitch that I sent over to the channel. Oh, there we go. Apparently he did surrender. I've been wondering how the fuck he got into his underwear. Now everybody predicted, oh, it's going to be a white man. We see these pictures yesterday. Oh, it's a white man. Completely plausible, right? I mean, look at the way the cops are talking to him. And plus, you get the cool emotes on Twitch.
They've got him in handcuffs, so it leads me to believe that this is a suspect.
And also, his leg is bloody. It will be interesting to actually find out how they apprehended him.
Somebody's coming out. I don't know if this is another shooter or a victim.
I'm going to assume that he had some kind of tactical gear on. He stripped it off and surrendered himself.
I'm gonna keep it on
He
this
got
side.
shot in the leg and got scared. He felt pain and became a pussy.
He's got his hands up.
That's what I'm assuming. This is probably a victim that we're seeing being let out. What? Is he like running his mouth? I'm gonna assume it was just a flesh wound.
This guy is also up against the wall here now.
I'm assuming this is a victim. No, they did shoot him.
I'm just gonna stay low so
I'm assuming
Okay,
this
so
guy's
I
a
know what's going on,
victim. Why they've got him up against the wall is anyone's guess. Because cops suck. They want to terrorize people even more. Because it's clear who the shooter was. Alright, so that took about an hour exactly to wrap up. As I spoke about, his race was a huge issue on social media. Kamala Harris's controversial niece, Mina, deletes tweet assuming Boulder gunman was white because he was taken into custody alive, which was something a lot of people said. A lot of people said it after the shooting last week in Atlanta, and it turned out to be white then, which was why a lot of people got cocky and assumed he was white this time. Also, passes for white because he looked. Mina Harris deleted her tweet on Tuesday after police revealed 21-year-old gunman Ahmed Al-Alwi Alyssa is of Syrian descent. Vice President Kamala Harris's niece had assumed the Boulder gunman was white because he was taken into custody alive. He immediately faced backlash from some on Twitter. Alyssa was born in Syria and moved to the U.S. when he was 3. He now lives in Arvada, Colorado, around 30 miles from the grocery store he targeted. He now lives in custody. Correction to that story. So her tweet said the Atlanta shooting was not even a week ago. Violent white men are the greatest terrorist threat to our country. She's still correct. All data backs that up. I deleted a previous tweet about the suspect in the Boulder shooting. I made an assumption based on his being taken into custody alive and the fact that the majority of mass shootings in the U.S. are carried out by white men. She was correct. And she even owned it. It's not like, because the headline here is making it sound like, oh, she deleted her tweet. She did indeed, and she gave a reasoning for it. It's not like she tried to dirty delete it like she never said it. That's actually a really good idea. Well, cops are pretty hostile to journalists. We played numerous videos on this show where people were filming and cops were hostile to it. He came out of the store. Exactly. I'm amazed that the cops didn't put him on the ground. No, like, having actually worked in journalism, timed out Restream bot. Go for it, 16 tones. Fucking Restream bot. Alyssa was born in Syria and moved to the U.S. when he was 3. He now lives in Arvada, Colorado. He was taken into custody at around 3:28 and was transported to the hospital to be treated for a leg wound. He has since been released from the hospital and is now in Boulder County Jail. Police have not yet confirmed his motive. He has been charged with 10 counts of murder. In Facebook posts over the last 18 months, he complained about not having a girlfriend. So he was a fucking incel. Yeah, they told him to fend for himself. They said, you need to get down. And he's like, oh, I'm a journalist. He's like, nope, fend for yourself. He ranted about President Trump and talked about his Islamic faith. The vice president earlier on Tuesday called the mass shooting tragic and absolutely baffling. Now, amazingly enough, Boulder was getting ready to ban assault weapons just days before this deadly mass shooting. A court struck it down. The Boulder City Council voted unanimously in May of 2018 to pass a ban on the sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, but on March 12th, Boulder County District Court Judge Andrew Hartman ruled that the city couldn't enforce the ban because Colorado state law preempted the city's ordinance. A Boulder spokesperson said last week that the city was weighing its options whether to appeal or drop the case. The NRA gloated about it on Twitter as an NRA victory in Colorado. Just days later, 10 people lay dead at the King Soppers supermarket in Boulder. And what is it about Colorado? Yes, April 20th, 1999. Columbine High School. 1993, Nathan Dunlap. Chuck E. Cheese in a restaurant in Aurora. James Holmes, a theater in Aurora in 2012. I didn't even know about that. In May of 2019, just weeks after the 20th anniversary of the Columbine Massacre, 2 high school students at STEM school Highlands Ranch shot 9 other students, killing 1. God damn. Now, the suspect bought the gun that he used in the shooting just 6 days ago. The 21-year-old suspect in the Boulder massacre bought a Ruger AR-556 semi-automatic pistol less than a week before Monday's mass shooting, which killed 10 people per an arrest affidavit released Tuesday. It was not immediately clear whether it was the weapon used in Monday's shooting or whether the gun was purchased, or where the gun was purchased. The affidavit states that police removed a rifle, a possible AR-15, and a semi-automatic handgun from the scene. So, of course, following 2 mass shootings in consecutive weeks, there's going to be a response from politicians. This is President Biden earlier today.
While we're still waiting for more information regarding the shooter, his motive, the weapons he used, the guns, the magazines, the weapons, the modifications that apparently have taken place to those weapons that are involved here, I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common sense steps that will save the lives in the future and to urge my colleagues in the House and Senate to act. We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in this country once again. I got that done when I was a senator. It passed. It was law for the longest time. And it brought down these mass killings.
Also, by the way, in the 80s, the NRA supported supported the assault weapons ban. So did conservative icon Ronald Reagan. Just to keep that in mind. I have long contended that the NRA became a lobbying arm for gun manufacturers throughout the 90s. And that's what you see now is rhetoric designed to sell more guns. It's not about gun safety or the preservation of anybody's rights.
We should do it again. We can close the loopholes in our background check system, including the Charleston loophole. That's one of the best tools we have right now to prevent gun violence. The Senate should immediately pass, let me say it again, the United States Senate, I hope some are listening, should immediately pass the 2 House-passed bills that close loopholes in the background check system. These are bills that receive votes of both Republicans and Democrats in the House. This is not, it should not be a partisan issue. This is an American issue.
Both are overwhelmingly popular.
Save lives, American lives, and we have to act. We should also ban assault weapons in the process. I'll have much more to say as we learn more, but I wanted to be clear. Those poor folks who died left behind families that leaves a big hole in their hearts. And we can save lives, increasing the background checks like they're supposed to occur, and eliminating assault weapons, and the size of magazines. We don't know all the detail yet on that. But I'll be talking to you more later today or in the next couple of days about what else we know. May God bless you all and those families who are mourning today because of gun violence in Colorado and Georgia, all across the country. We have to act so there's not more of you, there's fewer of you as time goes on. Thank you so much.
So, Vice President, the President made a trip to Atlanta last week after the shootings. I would assume they're going to make a trip to Colorado. Exactly. All the shit that has come out about the NRA and how they've been laundering money for Russia and they've been giving kickbacks to their executives. It is a dirty organization. Do you guys remember a few years ago when there was a story about a baker that wouldn't bake a cake for a gay couple, and his case went all the way up to the Supreme Court? He's back in court again, and this time it's for refusing to bake a gender transition cake. In Denver, a Colorado baker who won a partial victory at the U.S. Supreme Court in 2018 for refusing to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple went on trial Monday in yet another lawsuit, this one involving a birthday cake for a transgender woman. Autumn Scardina attempted to order the birthday cake on the same day in 2017 that the High Court announced it would hear the baker, Jack Phillips' appeal in the wedding cake case. Gardina, an attorney, requested a cake that was blue on the outside and pink on the inside in honor of her gender. Oh, and it was an attorney that did it. Yes, the what's her name? The redhead that they sent into the NRA. Republicans are so easy, and that there has been a lot of talk about Eric Swalwell and the Fang Fang, the Chinese spy, but he was never accused of sleeping with her. The story said she slept with Midwestern mayors, and I would bet good fucking money that turns out those mayors were Republicans. That's what I was thinking. Now people are just trolling him, but it's a fucking lawyer that's a trans person. That's awesome. I'm rooting her on. Her lawsuit is the latest in a series of cases around the U.S. that pit the rights of the LGBTQ people against merchants' religious objections, an issue that remains unsettled by the nation's top court. I don't understand. If you are in business, how you can claim that your religion allows you to discriminate when your religion, if you are a Christian, tells you that you should turn the other cheek, not to judge people and treat neighbors as you would your own. Explain that one to me. How is it against your religion to bake a cake for a trans person or a gay person then? I don't fucking get it. On Monday, during a virtual trial being conducted by a state judge in Denver, Scardina said Phillips had maintained that as a Christian, he opposed making the gay couple's wedding cake because it involved a religious ceremony, but would sell any other type of product. Ooh! He threw out the challenge. He dared somebody to do it. She said she called Phillips' Masterpiece Cake Shop to place the order after hearing about the court's announcement because she wanted to find out if he really meant it. When her lawyer, Paula Greason, asked whether the call was a setup, she said it was not. It was more of calling someone's bluff. That's exactly what it was. In the opening arguments, a lawyer representing Phillips, Sean Gates, said his refusal to make Scardina's cake was about its message, not discriminating against Scardina, echoing assertions made in Phillips' legal battle over his refusal to make a wedding cake for Charles Craig and Dave Mullins in 2012. With Phillips getting media attention since then, he could not create a cake with a message he disagreed with, Gates said. The message would be that he agrees that a gender transition is something to be celebrated, said Gates, who noted later that Phillips had objected to making cakes with other messages he opposed, including Halloween items. Why? You're a cake shop. You won't make a Halloween fucking cake or cupcakes for... God damn, what is wrong? Why would you even... Why are you offering people your services if you're not going to serve people? Before filing her lawsuit, Scardina filed a complaint against Phillips with the state, and the Colorado Civil Rights Commission found probable cause that Phillips had discriminated against her. Phillips then filed a federal lawsuit against Colorado, accusing it of waging a crusade to crush him by pursuing the complaint. Dear dirtbag? Okay. In March of 2019, lawyers for the state and Phillips agreed to drop both cases under a settlement which still allowed Scardina to pursue a lawsuit on her own. At the time, Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser said both sides agreed it was not in anyone's best interest to move forward with the cases. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 2018 that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission showed anti-religious bias when it sanctioned Phillips for refusing to make the same-sex wedding cake for Craig and Mullins. However, the justices did not rule on the larger issue of whether businesses can invoke religious objections to refuse service to gays or lesbians. The court is currently considering a related issue in a case over whether a Catholic social service agency can refuse to work with same-sex couples as foster parents in Philadelphia. Because, you know, not letting people adopt kids is such a Christian thing. Remember when I said there's going to be a brand every week playing to the outrage mob, trying to get right-wingers to promote their shit? This week, it's Monopoly. Hasbro's Monopoly game is changing and you can help with its makeover. The makers of Monopoly are looking to update the decades-old game and are asking for the public's help. The game's community chest cards are getting a makeover, the Hasbro toy company said in a statement. Out are the outdated cards about beauty pageants and life insurance, and in are cards with topics focused on inclusivity and helping others. So, of course, right-wingers are going to be outraged. telling you that Hasbro is giving in to the outrage mob. I mean, it worked so well for them with Mr. Potato Head. So, of course, they're going to try the same tactic again to promote their stupid-ass monopoly, which actually, originally, it was meant to promote communism. The more you know. Being gay, your sexuality, and your gender, like, it has nothing to do with anything at all. And, we don't have enough words to describe all the different sexualities. Hi there, penis person. Is it worth any money if you looked it up? One of the, like, really old school Monopoly boards? I had one of the, like, 70s versions. I believe my mother still has it. Of the guest hosts taking a turn at helming Jeopardy! The most controversial one thus far might be Dr. Mehmet Oz. His stint began on Monday, but the host of TV's health and wellness program, The Dr. Oz Show, is not only hearing protests from fans of the show, but also former contestants. Soon after Dr. Oz was first announced as part of the roster of celebrities in February, a petition was posted on Medium.com decrying the move. The accompanying letter, attributed anonymously to J contestants, explains the reason for the petition to remove the television personality. It states Oz has promoted harmful ideas, he has, that include promoting supplements that do nothing, he has, legitimizing gay conversion therapy, he has, dangerous cures for autism, and most recently, the use of hydrochloroquine as a treatment for COVID-19. Since its original posting on February 24th, the petition's attached Google spreadsheet has grown to include nearly 600 names. The majority of the signees were contestants in the past decade, and many were also champions. Curiouser, what'd you think of Oz as a host, since you are a frequent watcher of Jeopardy? Just like many fans of the program are doing on social media, these contestants are calling on Jeopardy's producers to cut short Oz's hosting spot. Dr. Oz's past comments regarding COVID-19 have left plenty of Jeopardy fans particularly outraged. One oft-mentioned comment for Oz came last April during an appearance on Sean Hannity's Fox News show. While speaking with the host, Dr. Oz said that reopening America's schools presented an appetizing opportunity. It might only result in a total mortality rate of 2 to 3% more people than if they stay closed. I'm assuming the story meant. Hell yeah. Look, I want Will Ferrell to host Jeopardy. I will watch that. Oh, I love this tweet. I know this sounds awful, but if everyone tunes in, there should only be a 2 to 3% mortality rate. Dr. Oz did save somebody's life in an airport not that long ago, I do believe. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, so it turns out Sean Hannity likes pussy sticks. Woo!
Uh-oh. Now our villain of the day, Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell, because despite Swalwell's ties to a suspected Chinese intelligence asset named Fang Fang, the congenital liar Schiff.
Oh! Remember I brought up the Fang Fang thing earlier? So go back. Sean Hannity, he used to throw a tennis ball. Roger Ailes, I got this from Sam Cedar. Roger Ailes actually coached him to change it to a football. or at least I heard it from a guest on the Majority Report, that he would seem more manly. Now, manly man, Sean Hannity. Turns out he likes the pussy sticks.
Uh-oh. Now our fun of the day. Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell, because despite Swalwell's ties to suspected Chinese intelligence...
Exactly! Hannity is a fucking traitor, and he has the audacity to talk about Eric Swalwell.
...is a, quote, trusted member of the intelligence community. Of course, you can add that to the long list of Schiff's lies. That's all the time we have left. We're a little late. Let not your heart be troubled, Laura Ingram. Sorry I took your time.
Oh, wait, am I on camera right now?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know.
Ingram busting his balls.
Best of us, Hannity. I mean, those little moments are cute. Those are in the forever reel of the real Hannity. Like we want to know you.
I made bar stools with my Jewel one day, e-cig, and my son calls me and he goes, "Dad, that's so cool. You made bar stools." My daughter calls and says, "Dad, that's humiliating."
Well,
can't please everybody.
The real Sean Hannity.
I'm sorry, was on camera?
Sean.
Oh, thank God. All right, enjoy it. Everybody at my expense. I have a good sense of humor. I can
I'm getting back to my water here. All right, Sean, we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, he said Ingram buzzed his balls about it. I do not understand why anybody vapes. If it helps you get off the cigarettes, cool. I'm down with it. I'm not a vapor. I quit like a man. Cold turkey. I do not knock you if you enjoy the vape. Like all my friends vape, so I shouldn't say anything. Now, you want to talk about wow? Let's talk about the newest plague that has hit Australia. You know I love ending the show with animal videos. So tonight we end on a plague of mice. The annals of Hannity. Three hospital patients were bitten by creatures. Holy shit. Yes, welcome to the Troll Patrol, though you came right at the ass end of the show. You should totally follow, subscribe, whatever platform you are on. Someone came in one time and asked if we were patrolling for trolls. I said, no, sir, you got that wrong. We are a patrol of trolls, and we are reporting for duty.
How are you? Where are you from?
Mice are cute. Mice don't really freak me out. It's the rats that freak me out. Yes, we troll. Goddamn right I troll. I am king troll of the internet. And this is actually bait. This show is meant to be bait. I want to get right-wingers to call in and make fools of themselves. That's the ultimate goal of this show. Until they call in, though, I talk about the news of the day and kind of give a rundown of what's going on. But it's about time for me to wrap it up for the night. We're here every night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to send you over to Real.James. I haven't rated him in a while. Ever since I got timed out for being creepy in his chat. So go ahead, light one up, tip one bag. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We will see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol. Live.